So we need to talk about some mass evacuations, but we also need to address what is happening here in the United States. And this is where I need you to be prepared. Now, today we're going to talk about a potential hurricane. We're also going to talk about fires. And these are things that are happening all across the U.S. However, we're going to specifically talk about two main places. We got the South, and obviously we got the West Coast in California. Now, here's where things are getting interesting. Experts were telling us that 2024 was going to be the biggest year for hurricanes. There's going to be a lot of tragedy. That's what we were expecting. But they're now saying there's a reason why the hurricane season has been delayed. And I want to bring you that in just a moment. But first, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoyed these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So first, let's look at the news stories. Look at this one. It says evacuations, school closures, and lightning strikes in California as line fire grows more than 21,000 acres. It says more than 36,300 structures are under threat from an uncontrolled blaze. Okay, but it doesn't stop there. That's on the West Coast. Here's what we got in the South. It says tropical storm Francine forecast to strengthen into a hurricane aiming for U.S. Gulf Coast. It says a hurricane watch is in effect for almost the entire Louisiana coast from Cameron to Grand Isle. It shows it right there. Okay, you can see the map. There's the Gulf of Mexico. In Brownsville, it should hit Tuesday about 1 p.m. will be about 85 miles per hour. It will hit about a little bit east of Houston and the south of kind of New Orleans, around that area. That will be Wednesday at 1 p.m. It will hit about 100 miles per hour. Now, those are going to be it's going to be tough for some of those areas, especially the Houston area, New Orleans. You're going to get some rain, you're going to get some water, potentially some flooding. But here's the reason I'm bringing this to your attention. People are not prepared. The hardest thing that happens right now is people are just trying to get by on their just normal everyday life. They go to work, they go to school, they come home, right? Repeat. Here's the issue. Many people are working paycheck to paycheck. They can't afford to put extra water in their garage, can't afford to buy extra food just in case the grocery store closes or they're confined to their home. They just can't do it because grocery prices are just so expensive. This is why I want you to be prepared. There's a chance we're going to see schools close. We are going to see businesses shut down for potentially a few days or maybe weeks. We're going to see people lose out on money because they can't go to work. That's what we're going to see. Now, this is the warning. This is why I'm bringing this to your attention. There's an article that was done recently. It says the 2024 hurricane season was expected to be especially bad. Why is it so quiet? Well, there's a reason behind it. Now, I want to explain what we have seen so far. Okay? Says the 2024 season was forecast to be above normal, with as many as 25 named storms, 13 hurricanes, and 7 major hurricanes, Category 3 or stronger. Last month, in a mid-season update, the Climate Prediction Center's ranges didn't change much. It says 17 to 24 named storms, 8 to 13 hurricanes, and 4 to 7 major hurricanes. Okay, but what have we seen so far? Well, according to them, we're halfway through the season, which runs from June 1st to November 30th. We've seen 5 named storms. That was Alberto, Beryl, Chris, Debbie, and Ernesto. 3 of those were hurricanes. 1, Beryl, was a major Category 5 storm. Okay. Now, why is this happening? Well, here's what you need to know. The water has been very warm, which is usually helps pick up and create hurricanes. But it's what has to do with La Niña. Okay, here's what we need to address. It says, as for La Niña, the climate phenomenon tends to turbocharge Atlantic storm activity by reducing the high altitude winds that can decapitate hurricanes. Generally, during a La Niña, there is more instability and storminess in the atmosphere, which can seed hurricane development. Here's where it gets interesting. La Niña is expected to form this year, but it's coming later than expected. It's favored to take over at some point between September and October. Keep in mind that June 1st to November 30th, that's hurricane season. So according to reports, again, that La Niña is going to take over sometime between September and October. We're in September now. So once it takes over, they're saying the next 2 months, September, October, and pretty much all the way to the end of November, so technically 3 months. Again, that's what we got left of hurricane season, 2.5 months. Well, that could be the worst. So if you live somewhere on the Gulf Coast, you live over on the East Coast, just be aware that hurricane season could be coming, and this could be even worse than what we've seen so far this year. Again, it's been fairly mild according to the prediction center, but it could get much worse in just a matter of months, right? Now, here's the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention. Like I said, many people, they don't have a go bag ready, especially if you live on the coast. You need to have a to-go bag, just in case there's a hurricane, tsunami, whatever there may be. Okay? Now, with that said, you need to make sure there's some money in there. You need to make sure that if you have medications, that you pack those medications as well. Because if you wait till the last minute, it just won't work. Especially if you see mass evacuations and the city officials are telling you, get out. Well, you can't run to Walgreens and wait for a prescription to be filled, especially when the roads are filling up and people are leaving the city by the thousands. So, with that said, what should you do? First off, just be prepared. Just make sure that, okay, you have a little bit of water just in case. You have maybe a portable battery, some backup, a generator, just in case your power gets shut off. Okay? Make sure you're prepared to go, because what we are seeing right now, over the past handful of months, it's been it's been troublesome, but again, it's taken lives of some people, many people in certain locations, in certain instances. But at the same time, experts say it could get worse between September and November. So again, we got about 2.5 months, and that's when we'll see the end of hurricane season. But experts are predicting the last 2.5 months will be much worse than what we've already seen. Okay? So, if you live anywhere on the coast, just be prepared, because this could be coming. Now, here's the last thing I want to ask you. And for those of you that live on the coast, I live in Washington State. We get a lot of fires here. And so I make sure, my family and I, we have a plan. If there's ever a fire to hit right around us, we'll hook the trailer up to the truck and we will go. We'll take the truck, we'll take maybe 2 cars, and we will go. That's it. Okay, we have our stuff ready and we throw it in there and we leave. That's it. But how many of you guys have a plan? Whether it's for a wildfire, whether it's for a flood, it could be a landslide, it could be a winter storm, or potentially a hurricane. Do you have a plan in place to protect you and your family? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you want to, I'd greatly appreciate it. Give me some details. What do you guys have planned? And have you guys actually worked on it? Let me know down in the comment section below. But that is what we have for today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.